do. Fare thee well.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Well, can't exactly leave old Martha in the lurch after everything she's done for us.
Perhaps I'd live longer if I bade this town farewell. But I've grown rather fond of the old place.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we? So, about the price of them turnips.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd
Why, you're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked perk. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, and even if they were, you and...
Do the scorpions still...
I dare say they do. 3 reeds.
Thank you.
You'll find your scorpions in the swamps below the rest. Just take the tails.
I hear you ran to Rosalithade when the Republicans attacked. I'd have been running in the opposite direction, as fast as my poor legs would carry me.
Ah, Clive.
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to...
I don't mind if he don't.
Thank you, Martha.
He went up to Cressida on business, far as I know.
I'll look from there.
Naught but wild beasts, this end. All their twisted talons and gruesome maws used to turn my stomach.
Hi. If it ain't the lad who saved my life.
You do, Bernard. Martha said I'm...
Oh. Building a workshop, you say? And, if Martha didn't mind me being gone, I couldn't ask if...
Of course.
Well, that there is Cressida, where I grew up. Ain't much left of it now, though. Except my parent. But I came up here hoping to visit. I even patched up the bridge to get... But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you?
It's the least I can...
Thank... I'd be much obliged if you could rid the old place of nasties. And so would my ma and pa. I'm sure.
This shouldn't take long. That should do it.
Thank you, son.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the... Must be nigh on a decade since the last whack. Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. The St. the Cressida...
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else. Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth. I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her back. Dreadful.
They said they'd give us
Let
new
them look up
clothes.
to their old tricks again.
Blackthorn may be the manliest of men, but he does lack a certain tenderness. Boots, meanwhile.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest soon?
All right, Clive? You've all done that.
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Martha's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there...
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady Karen have already sent over everything I asked for, and I've got all my plans drawn up. So as soon as Bernard gets... I can...
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves? Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgal. He must have found something.
Don't keep Gav waiting. He seemed excited.
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. I don't think I can. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You... really?
You don't need me to answer that. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. And we must lift that. The operation may be dangerous.
I know. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low.
Just tell me...
No one knows Herblore like Talia, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, and fortunately for you, I do. If we could get ammonia to grow here...
I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to Talia's remedies. But she insists I rest.
Yeah. What's everyone whispering about? Haven't you heard? Mid's back. Things are about to get interesting around here.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team...
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they were moving in for their assault when the Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolas, and they should be back by now, but I can't help...
They know the work is dangerous.
But what if I've got them... Before they go out, I always remind them why would... But I never really thought how my words might affect them.
I'll go and find them.
Thank you, Sid. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie.
That should be enough to go on.
Clive, where have you... I've been wanting to ask you something about... Where did you get him? Like...
My father brought him back from one... They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and...
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory, Clive. I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen, a girl from the Northern Territories, and her faith one, awakens as the dominant.
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come...
Quite. Though Torgal's his latent birthright as it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and, but I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone. Just you wait.
Then I look forward to see. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
We have everything we need to begin work in earnest. And work in earnest we shall!
Thanks from before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
I wish Miss Vinegar would let us
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of her dungeon.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places. But if only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalie.
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as...
What?
Would that be a...
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble.
'Twas a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens, for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmex will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmex to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish, Your Radiance, I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The little ones
He
have been
said
up to
they'd
their
give
old
us new
tricks
clothes.
again. Drawing
Oh,
on
we've
the
no
deck
coin.
this time.
Ah, my dear nephew.
How did you find it?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade, as are you, I hear. The Guardian, which is why I came. To learn the full truth.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of...
I was.
Then I have questions for you.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers.
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists, come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly her royal navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waloed friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waloeders who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Mid's finished outfitting her little workshop, I hear. With a little help from Sid, of course.
Of course. Our new leader's no better at resisting her wheedling than the old one was.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang. I'll be leaving before...
You're not going in there alone, are you?
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. I won't risk any more than I have to.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dap.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's. And only Sid's. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe that...
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay.
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck.
Gav, Otto,
you can count.
All right, Uncle.
We shall.
Well? Find is one way of...
Ugh. Reeks like a chocolate.
Argo. So your boat had...
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight.
Yeah, Sid. How is it to see you on the ferry? Ah, forget I asked.
The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. That is the right one.
Should be enough to keep the infirmary stocked for a while.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
Let's hope the Draper has Hortense's cloth.
The granaries are almost empty.
Might I interest you in...
Just some linen. 2 boxes.
Apology, but your items, they were due to arrive on a caravan from Bok. My mother thinks it might be bandits.
It usually is.
Yes. Wait.
Going to find it.
Oh. You could just wait for the caravan at the Vale. I see you wear the dame's brooch. They'd welcome you, wouldn't they?
Get me back on my feet. I'll tear those bastards' heads off.
Cole.
Just about. Sid, if you don't mind me asking...
Doris sent me to find you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach. The hideaway...
Well, I'm here now.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing. I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to...
You made the right decision.
The goblins may still be out...
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. And please, hurry. If the beastmen get to those bearers...
I won't let that.
Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. They're trying to get into the carriage.
Who are you?
A friend. Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it through that door...
Why should we run? One miserable day.
Perhaps. Freedom, safety, the life you...
Sid, I couldn't just let you... You weren't to...
This man risked his life to save yours.
Fine.
What we'll do with you is take you to safety.
You can leave the rest to us, Sid.
Thank you. I'll let Doris know.
Bird's a menace.
She meant nothing.
Who's gonna buy my wares now?
But they hardly...
Is there something...
If you're a bandit, come to steal my...
But
Only after that I demand recompense.
These good...
You wouldn't happen to be on your way from Bock...
Did someone from the market send you?
So the fool has protection. Oi!
I told you not to call me that. And we'd have already collected.
As I told one of your customers.
I'll deal with the bird lover. You take the handsome one, killer.
Stop calling me that.
Get him. All right.
Did he hurt you?
No, he seemed intent on letting the bandit do his dirt. My shipment is safe.
We can speak of that once you're safe.
So, you and Mama...
And were it not for the car... Now, if you don't...
Oh, I almost forgot. You'll be happy to know, but I've also had free a chop.
You
My mother would insist.
How's that done, then?